All right, here we are. 17 episodes, 4 months, and one of the wildest rides we've ever had on this channel. Welcome back to the Rise of the Roadrunners, the season finale, and the biggest game this fictional universe has ever seen. UTSA, 16-0, the last undefeated team in the nation. A 12 seed that nobody, and I mean nobody, picked to survive the first round, and now they're 60 minutes away from finishing a perfect season. But standing across from them tonight, the Duke Blue Devils, the 3 seed, 13-1, a team that's been dominant and disciplined and downright terrifying at times this year. They've got size, they've got speed, and they've got blue blood swagger. And trust me, they did not come here to play spoiler in somebody else's Cinderella story. This is strength versus stamina, experience versus destiny, blue blood versus blue collar. And what makes this matchup so special is that both these teams believe fully that this is their championship to take. So tonight isn't just a title game in the college football 26 universe. It's the final chapter of a season that's been full of moments, chaos, emotion, heartbreak, blowouts, comebacks, and everything in between. We've built this thing week by week, game by game, storyline by storyline, and now we get to see how it ends. 16-0 Roadrunners, 13-1 Blue Devils, a national championship on the line, and one last championship to finish this season the way that it started, shocking everybody. Let's close out season 1 the right way. This is the Rise of the Roadrunners, and our season finale starts now.
Welcome to 94.3 The Bird, as well as the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. My name is Frankie the Horn Calderon, and ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a night that even I, in my wildest dreams, couldn't have imagined would get here this fast. Tonight we will be seeing the UT San Antonio Roadrunners led by head coach Clay Stonewall Merritt in his first season up from the Division II ranks of Western Colorado University, leading his team in the all orange and blue helmets out into Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida, getting ready to take on the ACC champion and 3 seed in this college football playoff, the Duke Blue Devils. It is a special moment as the Blue Devils will take the field in their black helmets and pants, white jerseys. Coming out of the road side of the bracket, UTSA, as we mentioned, their uniform combination already. Coming out of the home side, taking down Alabama in the first round, taking down Oregon, the Big Ten champions, Texas Tech, the Big 12 champions, and now, as we sit, getting set to knock off yet another power conference. This little spunky roadrunner that nobody thought had a chance is underway here in the national title game. UTSA kicking off to Duke, and they will receive the first kickoff at the 1-yard line, bring it out to the 17. That is where things will get started. The UTSA defense will come in battered and bruised, but still led by 5th-year senior team captain Shad Banks Jr., number 17. We'll see how well the Southwest Sac Exchange is able to compare to the ACC offensive line that led their team to the conference title, as lined up in a pistol formation with a fullback. Handoff now. Nice gain out of the gate. That's going to be a gain of 12 yards. Jarquez Moore on the carry for the Blue Devils. Number 9 lined up in the shotgun next to their quarterback here in this formation. Handoff goes back to Moore, and he is stuffed in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. Number 99, Ty Leonard, able to get back there and disrupt things and cause havoc early on. 2nd down and 14 from the Blue Devil 25. Passing formation, it's picked off. Vic Shaw, number 31. Picked it off right at the 23, and he fights his way forward down into the 15-yard line. Oh my goodness, the first national championship series ends in a turnover for the UT San Antonio Roadrunners. Vic Shaw in place of injured number 10, Kendrick Blackshire, and number 33, Owen Peewee, being at that spot. Shaw normally rushing off the edge, but he drops back into coverage there and makes a huge play in the opening minute of this national championship contest. Henry Jr. now out of the backfield. First play into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. When you are considered the Cinderella in the situation, you need to make moments happen for yourselves. The Roadrunners get an interception on their first defensive series and a touchdown run on their first offensive play from scrimmage. Chambers will add the extra point. One play, 15 yards, traveled in 4 seconds. That scoring drive presented by the Far End of the Bench podcast. Make sure you tune in every Thursday to hear Jimmy and Nico talk all things World of Sports. Kickoff will land about a yard deep in the end zone, and now the Blue Devils bringing it up the sideline, able to get out to the 17 once again, and that is where this offense will get set to go. Coming off of an interception, let's see how well Duke goes back to the air on 1st and 10. RPO screen going out to the left side, stuffed right away. That is Zamir Higgins on the reception. First catch of the day for him. He's going to be one to watch moving forward in this Blue Devil passing attack. Pressure formation, the Blue Devils going to go to throw as the Roadrunners backed everybody out. That is a good gain up the field, 9 yards there, and that is going to bring up 3rd and inches. Duke will bring out their heavy package, goal line formation, quarterback sneak, and that is Mensa. Mensa will get forward, good enough for a first down. Blue Devils moving the ball now on this Roadrunner defense. Handoff goes to Moore, and he's going to get met in the backfield by Bryce Grays, number 26. The junior linebacker will make his first tackle of the game. Loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down and 11. Pistol formation here for the Blue Devils, firing to his fullback out of the backfield. That's going to hit his hands and fall incomplete. Darian Mensa, 2 of 4 on the day so far, passing with that 1 interception on the first series. 3rd and long, once again, empty set here now for the Blue Devils. Mensa in the backfield by himself. He's going to try and pass for the first down here. Finds a wide open receiver along the sidelines. Beat the zone on that one. That is going to move the chains for a big 3rd down conversion, and the Blue Devils starting to pick up some momentum after it seemed like it was all Roadrunners early on. 3:11 left to go in the first quarter. Handoff goes to Moore, and he is met in the backfield by Shad Biggs Jr. once again, stepping up in the absence of his fellow linebackers on that defensive front. Pistol formation, running back and fullback to the left side of Mensa. Fullback will go in motion now to the right hand of the formation. Read option play, and it's snuffed right away by number 40, Brandon Tucker. Dropped in the backfield for a loss. 3rd down and 12 upcoming. Duke already converted a 3rd down and 11 on this drive previously. Let's see what they have in store here. Mensa gonna throw, has a screen now, goes to Moore. Moore picks up a block, and the tackle is gonna get him just far enough. Gray's trying to sneak that one through. We're not gonna get a challenge here as we don't know what's gonna happen later on in this game. Had to expect that the Blue Devils were gonna fight back with everything that's on the line here. Handoff goes to Moore, and he's going to find very little room up in the middle of the formation, just a gain of 2. Now the Blue Devils will line up with a shotgun formation, trips to the right side. Handoff, Moore finds some space. He's chased down by Vic Shaw, but it's not before he finds first down yardage. Blue Devils move the chains and get further into Roadrunner territory, now at the Birds' 35-yard line. 2:07 and counting, play action. No, that was left with the running back as RPO game there. Moore fights his way forward for 7 yards. The Blue Devils look like they're ready to answer that early strike from the Roadrunners. Passing play goes through the seam. He's hit hard in the backfield. That's Higgins once again, his 3rd catch of the day, 37 yards already. As this drive now starting with 4 minutes left to go in the quarter. Looks like it's going to eat up pretty much the rest of this thing. Let's see how the Blue Devils play it. Mensa throwing. Finds an open receiver for Higgins. That's his 4th catch on the day, and he'll spin forward. Makes it out to the 6-yard line. Roadrunners defense trying to play tough here near their goal line. Crowd looking to get into it. Mensa going to throw again. He's under pressure, and he's going to get rid of it out of bounds. And what's more circumstantial on that play is number 31, Vic Shaw, comes up holding his ribs, and now we have yet another linebacker going to the medical tent on the sidelines. We'll be sure to check his status if and when he's able to return. Expect to see a lot more of Bryce Grays on the field now for this Roadrunners defense. Mensah throwing on 3rd down and 6, finds an open receiver, and the Blue Devils are going to answer right back with a touchdown drive of their own. This one started at the 17, and they marched methodically. A couple big 3rd down conversions, including the touchdown pass there from Mensah. The extra point is good. 3 minutes taken off the clock on that 84-yard scoring drive. 1:20 left to go in the first quarter as the Blue Devils kicking off to the Roadrunners for the first time. We will see Mekhi Anderson on the return. He's going to go straight up the middle of the formation and make it to the 20-yard line. He received that one at about the 3, so not much he was going to be able to do with it. Now we get our first real look at this Roadrunner offense. McCown and Henry Jr. in the backfield. Henry's going to get the handoff. This time he's taken down after a gain of 1 yard. Henry Jr. opened up scoring in this contest with the first play from scrimmage touchdown. McCown throwing. He's going to get the pass to Amador II. That'll bring up 3rd down and manageable, 3rd and 4 for this Roadrunners offense. Let's see how McCown does on his first 3rd down in this big contest. The 12-seeded Roadrunners looking to throw for it, and they make it past the first down marker. That's number 14, Devin McEwen. The junior star receiver moves the chains for his offense, and now moving forward, Henry Jr. going to get the handoff, trying to find room along the right edge, but he actually goes backward, losing 3 on that one. Number 3, Caleb Weaver, in for the Blue Devils on the stop. Trips formation to the right side, left-handed quarterback McCown throwing. He finds Amador again. This one a lot more successful all the way forward. That is a huge conversion under pressure from McCown. Amador gets the 18-yard reception and moves the chains forward. Now approaching midfield. Roadrunners passing again. Pass goes to number 88, Houston Thomas, and he will pull it down in traffic. Thomas had a couple of huge catches, laying out and fighting through big injuries. Last play of the first quarter upcoming. Inside Blue Devil territory, McCown's going to throw once again. He's just going to check it down to number 19, Willie McCoy, to bring us to the end of one. 7-7 here in the national championship. We have a good one cooking on 94.3 The Bird and the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. Make sure that you check out our post-game content in blog format on feotbpod.org, and check out the Far End of the Bench podcast. Our in-studio hosts, Jimmy Pilato and Nico Bryant, do a great job at checking everything off on the world of sports. Whether you need NFL picks or Nuggets analysis, we have it all here from the Colorado State side. RPO on 2nd and 4, converted to Devin McEwen. That is going to be good enough for a first down. Vinny Tafulu, the left tackle, out of the game with a dislocated shoulder. That is going to be a tough blow to this Roadrunners offensive line, already giving up a size advantage to the Blue Devils. Passing play goes to McEwen. This one inside the 10, all the way down to the 6-yard line. And the junior connection looking strong. Bouncing back after the defense gives up that huge 84-yard scoring drive. The Roadrunners trying to answer back with an 80-yard drive of their own. Empty formation for McCown. He's going to send Henry Jr. in motion to the right side. Gets the pop pass. Cut back to the inside. Breaks through a tackle, and he'll get just across the goal line. Touchdown Roadrunners. Henry Jr., the 6th-year senior in the last game of his collegiate career, has 2 touchdowns in the first half. Your Heisman Trophy winner, putting on a show. Chambers is good on the extra point. Roadrunners back out in front by 7. Let's see what the defense is able to do here. Or is this one going to turn into a shootout for the most coveted prize in the sport? Chambers kicking off. Back to Duke. This one will land about a yard in the end zone, and we will have a return. Coming up the numbers there on the right side of the field. Spin move after breaking a tackle, and that will be good enough for about 18 on the return. Mensa trying to orchestrate another answer drive here after the Roadrunners went right back down the field and scored. RPO play, pass into the open field, nice spin move. That'll give him enough yardage for the first down. That's Corian Brown, Corian Brown, number 14, on the reception. Mensa putting together a nice first half. Another RPO play. This one goes to his tight end out of the backfield. He'll shoot forward for a gain of 7. Mensa up over the 100-yard mark after that last reception. Another quick pass back to Brown. And the Blue Devils are finding every hole in the zone. And let's see how UTSA's defense is going to adjust. I think they caught him in a couple base formations, and that time there was a lot of receivers on the field. It helps to have an athletic tight end. The Roadrunners offense benefit from that quite a bit. So now we see the safeties go deep into the formation, trying to keep everything in front of them. That quick pass going back to Higgins, his 5th catch after a big opening series. That one, no gain, and now it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the Blue Devil 47. Higgins with his 6th reception. So he comes up holding an injury. Mensa now up to 120 yards on the day. He's going to be in an empty formation. Quarterback draw all the way, and he's going to fight forward before he slides down for a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. Bunch formation now for the Blue Devils. New running back into the game for them as well. Handoff goes to the right side. We've got a name for you. Fumble on the play. Ty Leonard fights back and forces the fumble. It's going to be fell on by the Blue Devils. And now, since the turnover did not happen, it looks like the Roadrunners are challenging whether the fumble did or did not take place, because it actually puts Duke in a better field position off of the recovery. And it looks like they're going to rule him down before the ball was out. It is still a first down, but it is now 1st down and 10 at the 20 and not inside the 20. Roadrunners defense trying to figure something out against this Blue Devils offense. After that first drive with the interception, they've been able to move the ball as well as anybody, as Anderson Castle, number 4, gets the direct snap, and he's going to come up injured on the play. He will head to the sidelines. We have another stoppage. Blue Devils getting bailed out, not having to use many of their timeouts, trying to answer back. Down 7 in the national championship. Long mesh at that one. Moore will get the handoff, and he goes forward for a gain of 2. 3rd down and 6 upcoming. Blue Devils were very successful on 3rd downs on their opening series following the interception. This one, screen pass, goes to the left side. That one is going to get stopped before 1st down yardage. So the Roadrunners bow up when it matters most. They're going to force a field goal attempt. The Roadrunners have been successful at a lot of PAT blocks on the season. This one is up, and it will go through the uprights. Duke does put points on the board, but it is 3 instead of 7. UTSA now leads by 4 with 2:34 left to go in the first half. Anderson on the return. Let's see what he's doing here. Cuts back at the hash mark. Now open space in front of him. One man to beat to the sideline. He gets in front of him. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Kickoff return, Mekhi Anderson. "97 yards. And if that doesn't spark some momentum for your defense, after only giving up a field goal in the last series, that ought to do it. What a moment for that young man here in the national championship game. First ever national championship appearance in program history, and we have a new school record, 97 yards in the title game for the touchdown. House call, Mekhi Anderson. 21-10 now the score. Duke is going to get the ball right back with about 2:20 left to go in the half. UTSA will receive coming out of halftime, so Duke wants to cut back into this lead and make sure that this one stays manageable, as UTSA normally gets out to a huge lead going into halftime. Anderson Castle back into the game, breaks a few tackles, and now Cyrus Duma is going to come up holding his ribs on an injury. The defense trying their best, but this being their 17th game of the season, the injury bug is catching up with almost everybody at all 3 levels of the defense so far. 2nd and 6, Mensah, quick pass here, going to the right side. Broken tackle, now lots of space in front of him. Across the 50, juke move at the 45, all the way to the 41-yard line of the Roadrunners. Mensah now up to 157 yards passing on the day, 1 touchdown, and the early interception. The difference in this one, the Roadrunners have put the ball in the end zone 3 times, once aided by a turnover, the other on a big kickoff return. And then you add in the 80-yard touchdown series. Ooh, under pressure there. Mensah not able to put that one where he wants it. Nice pass rush there from the Southwest Sac Exchange. We haven't seen them quite as active, but they are now trying to get their hand involved. Mensah in the shotgun, tight end to his right side. Running back also to that side of the formation. Under pressure again. This one sails over the head of his receiver, and now that's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Tyen Milton, number 15, the senior safety in coverage on that last play. 2 tight ends in the formation, pistol. Now they're looking to throw under pressure. The Southwest Sac Exchange gets home. K.N. Roberts-Day with a huge play. His first sack tackle of the contest. And now we will get a punt from the Blue Devils. First punt of the day, as outside of the turnover, they've been able to put up points on all of their previous drives. The Roadrunners are going to take over with 1:38 left to go in the half. Huge opportunity here to score points, leave as little time as possible for the Blue Devils, and then also get the ball coming out of halftime. McCown going to work out of the shotgun, throwing, goes to Thomas on the opening play. That one good for a gain of 8. McCown 9 of 9 on his first 9 passing attempts of this game. Going to throw again here. Now goes for his running back out of the backfield. Henry Jr. turns around. What a throw. Put it in a perfect spot between 3 different defenders. And that is a big play up the sidelines. Roadrunners continue to be able to move the ball on this Blue Devil defense. From the Duke 45, McCown throwing once again on this drive. Now finds McEwen. Another brilliant pass in the middle of a zone. McEwen will fight forward on the post route, past 1st down yardage. Inside the 30 now are the Birds. Bunch formation to the right side, handoff goes to Henry. He's going to get forward for a gain of 5. Another injury on the play, so that one's going to stop the clock, and Trevor Timmons is going to head to the sideline for the Roadrunners. If the Birds have a full team to finish and celebrate this one, it'll be a miracle. Pass going to McEwen. Nice juke move there into the open field. Fighting inside the 10, down to the 5. Duke is going to take their first timeout, trying to conserve some clock for their offense, who has been successful against this highly touted Roadrunner defense. McCown under pressure. That one incomplete. It's going to fall harmlessly to the turf. 2nd down and goal upcoming from the 5. Offsides there on the play. Pass going to the end zone. DeCorian Clark gets it for the touchdown. It is going to be an offsides penalty on the defense, so the points will stand. A little bit more time than you would like to leave in that situation, but the Roadrunners come away with points yet again. 4 for 4 on their offensive series. 2 for 2 on their offensive series. 3 for 3 if you count the interception where you started inside the 15. That one, 80 yards, 7 plays, 52 seconds. And now your defense trying to hold out your opposition for another 45. Kickoff will land in the end zone. Return now coming up the numbers here on the right side of the field towards the Blue Devil sideline in this direction. Ball will come back out to the 17. And the Blue Devils with Mensah at quarterback will go to work from there. Passing on 1st down, finds an open receiver. We saw that adjustment early from the Birds defense. They're putting their safeties way back there, trying to keep everything in front of them, not wanting the speed of this Blue Devils offense to get behind them. Mensah throwing again. this one into traffic, and that is going to hit his receiver's hands and fall incomplete. Mensa in this first half, 15 of 21, 167 yards passing and a touchdown. In an empty set here, looking to throw. Lots of space. Oh, and he's going to cut into the open field. Across midfield now to the Birds' 44-yard line. Duke threatening with under 30 left to go in this half. Handoff to the left side. That one's going to be stuffed. No timeouts left for the Blue Devils, so they're going to get on the ball quick and go into the no-huddle formation. Spike play on second down. That's going to bring up 3rd and 12. The Roadrunners very close to ending this half in a perfect scenario. Let's see what they're able to do here. What strategy is the defense going to go with? Nickel package in for the defense. Looks like they're going to be in man coverage. Mensa going to throw one of his last chances here. Receiver open. Nobody's going to get him. Oh, that's a big touchdown. Cuts the momentum right back against you. Andre Anthony, his first reception of the day, gets behind his defender and fights all the way past the goal line. 82 yards on that last series. Duke cuts it back to an 11-point game. 9 seconds left to go in the half, so let's see what the Roadrunners are able to do here. They're going to let the ball bounce and keep all of the time for their offense. They do have 1 timeout remaining if they choose to use it. McCown in an empty set, 4 receivers. Out to his right, single receiver to left, that's McEwen. He's going to find Willie McCoy underneath. And unfortunately, not good enough for a first down, and that's going to leave 4 seconds on the clock and a timeout taken. So I believe we're going to see a shot play. See if they can get some of this momentum back. They will get the ball coming out of halftime as well. McCown with 5 wide receivers in the formation, going deep into double coverage, and it's going to be batted away. Trying to find Amador on the fade route, and it is unsuccessful. It is a successful first half if you're keeping accounts here. 165 yards passing, 2 touchdowns from McCown. You obviously have the huge kickoff return from Mekhi Anderson, which I'm sure we're going to see a highlight of here. But it's been the momentum swings that UTSA has been able to manage. Give Duke credit. They are doing everything they can to stay in this game, and Mensa is playing a masterful performance against a defense that doesn't give up a lot. We're seeing lots of injuries on both sides, but UTSA seems to be on the brunt of it. Now it's all up to how we're going to play your last 30 minutes of the season. Last 30 minutes of their college careers for guys like Shad Banks and Robert Henry Jr., also John Emery Jr., who is the backup running back we might see get a couple of plays here. We will be back in just a second for second half action. As a reminder, we are here on 94.3 The Bird. Frankie the Horn Calderon on the call, presented by the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel and the Far End of the Bench podcast every Thursday. Anderson, after that huge kickoff return earlier, trying to find the space, but he's only able to bring it out to the 21-yard line, and that is where the Birds will get set up for their first series of the second half. Leading by 11. The first national championship on the horizon. All you have to do is wait out this next half of football. Robert Henry, so far only 20 yards on the ground on 5 carries. We're assuming his attempts and yardage and his usage is going to go up, nursing this lead here in the second half. 2nd down and 8. Henry Jr. is going to go in motion. Handoff to the left side. Emery Jr., as we mentioned at halftime, finds a lot of space, and he's going to be able to fight forward for a first down and jukes back into the field, so the clock will continue to run, not going out of bounds. I believe that's going to be the strategy moving forward for the Roadrunners on offense. Bowen McCown on the read option. He's going to dive forward, get what he can, and he's just going to stay down, not wanting to knock himself out of the game. It'll be interesting to see what happens after this one. McCown is getting a lot of interest nationally in the transfer portal, as are a lot of the players here experiencing the biggest and most successful season in program history. So whatever happens after tonight, we can revel in the fact that they were here for the first season of Stonewall, and they implemented the culture that we're hoping to see move forward. Henry Jr. now on the handoff. He hits a big hole up the middle. 15 yards on the carry. That's going to bring him up to 44 yards total on the day. Moves into Blue Devil territory, and now the Roadrunners threatening once again. Juke move back to the right side. This drive moving forward, but Duke is going to have an injury on the play. Defensive tackle Wesley Williams is going to go down, and that will stop the clock. But what started with 4:40 to go is now looking at 3 minutes and counting. Henry Jr. on the handoff once again. Lots of space on the right side there. And he's going to get another first down and keep the chains moving. And more importantly, the clock will continue to run. He came into the contest with 41 touchdowns rushing on the season. He added one early for 42 and another receiving touchdown. And now handoff here. Jukes into the open field. Touchdown, Roadrunners! Of their 17 contests, Robert Henry Jr. has found the end zone multiple times in 14 of those 17 games. There was a couple game stretch of the season where teams were trying to load up the blocks. He wasn't able to be as successful as we had been accustomed to. He broke back through, won a Heisman Trophy in his last season, fought for that extra year of eligibility, and he's put it to good use, leading this Roadrunners offense and this squad in general to what is going to be a historic night if things hold serve. Under a minute left to go in the third quarter. That kickoff return will come out past the 20. As we have a sideline reporter, and his one job tonight on 94.3 The Bird is to see if Coach Clay Merritt will crack a smile on the sidelines. We'll see if it happens in the fourth quarter. We have not gotten the signal yet, as we have under a minute to go here in the third. Mensa throwing again, and that is back to Andre Anthony, who had the touchdown right before halftime, and he has 64 yards receiving on the day on 2 catches. Defense is going to have to find a way to put some pressure on the quarterback once again and try and slow down the success that they've been having. When your offense is playing this well, all you have to do is kind of hold serve. Vic Shaw back into the game, and that's a healthy sight to see. He's back on the right edge. Going to be rushing the passer here. Handoff goes to Moore instead. He's going to get a first down and get into Roadrunner territory all the way across midfield out to the 43-yard line on that last carry for Moore. Tight end lined up to the right side. Mensa in the shotgun. Read option play. He's going to keep it. Has space. Shad Banks is going to run him down, but he gets across for the first down yardage. It'll make it interesting for the fourth quarter if Duke is able to answer. Now a screen play goes out to Anthony, and that one taken down after a gain of 3. That'll be the last play of the third quarter. If Duke scores here, it'll be back to an 11-point game, and then you're just relying on defense if you're a Blue Devils fan, but their defense has not been able to do anything to this offense all game. Only 1 third down conversion has been needed in a 35-point outburst. We had a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown from Mekhi Anderson. You have an interception on the first series by Vic Shaw to set up a short field. The statistics are going to be lopsided because Duke has had long fields on all of their drives. They've been successful, more successful than any other team so far this season. As now we have a screenplay set up going to the left side to Duke. They are within field goal range. They've already settled for 3 earlier on. You got to think that this is going to be 4-down territory if there is another stop. Duke has been very good on third downs, and they're going to convert another one here. That pass is going to go inside the 20. Quayshawn Brown, number 14, on the reception. 4:35 to go. Mensa on the read option. He's going to keep it, and this time not quite as much success as the last. Only able to gain 2, and that is going to bring up 2nd down and 8 from the 12-yard line. 4:27 and counting left in this one. Mensa throwing, wide open receiver in the end zone, touchdown. That's Andre Anthony. 2nd touchdown of the day. The Blue Devils finding a lot of answers for what has been a vaunted defense. There's going to be a correction on my part. Andrell Anthony. 2 touchdowns on the day, absolutely carving up this secondary that has been stout and second to none. Extra point is good. It is back to an 11-point deficit with 4:21 left to go. The Roadrunners are going to have to continue to be successful on offense and try and help out what seems to be a tired and battered defensive unit. Kickoff will land at the goal line. Anderson is going to set up here in a situation that you don't necessarily want to return all the way. You'd love to score points, but you want to chew off as much clock as you can. Robert Henry Jr. had a huge drive on that last series, moves his totals from 20 yards all the way out to 90 yards, 50 yards on the opening drive of the second half. This being their first drive of the fourth quarter, he gets the ball back and will go forward for a gain of 8 yards. RPO play, Henry Jr. going to get the handoff, and this one stuffed at the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 2. Only the second time that the UTSA offense is facing 3rd down in this one. The Blue Devils need to stop if they have any shot. Handoff, Henry Jr. up the middle, fights through a tackle. He's going to get pushed forward by his offensive lineman as well. Number 57, Ben Rios, gets the assist. That'll move the chains forward, 94 yards on the ground for the 60-year senior, Robert Henry. Now a screenplay goes to Amador. He's able to split a couple of defenders, fights another first down. And Duke is going to begin taking their timeouts. McCown will move his yardage up to 187 on the day. 2 touchdowns also in this contest. Pop pass, motion to Amador. That one snuffed out way back in the backfield. Loss of 4 on the play, putting yourself in a hole. And Duke is not done yet. Got to try and at least get half of it back on this one. Shotgun formation, 2 tight ends in the set. Screenplay going to DeCorian Clark. The senior makes a man miss in the open field. What a play. They're able to convert the first down. And there is another timely injury for the Duke Blue Devils. They had a lot in the first half. It's going to blow another one of their timeouts, but I don't think they care at this point. They just want to get the ball back and try and keep this offense from putting anything in the end zone. Another handoff up the middle. Henry will go forward for a gain of 9. Couple first down conversions and they can salt this one away. Duke is out of timeouts in this contest. Amador the second will get the screen pass, fight his way up the sidelines. The only stoppage of the clock that we will see is at the 2-minute timeout, which I have to believe is going to be upcoming after this play if UTSA decides to snap it. They will. Pass goes to the tight end. It's intercepted right at the 2-minute timeout. That is exactly what Duke needed. They're going to have to move quickly, but man, what a colossal mistake. Owen McCown trying to find Houston Thomas and put this one away. Gives the ball right back to an offense, that has been red hot, and a defense that is struggling to figure out any kind of adjustment in this one. Man, that is as bad a mistake as we've seen McCown make all the way back since week 3 in Colorado State, where he nearly put them back in that one. Mensa gonna throw, running back out of the backfield, broken tackle, and he will smartly get the first down yardage and go out of bounds. 300 yards passing on the day for Mensa, 2 touchdowns as well in the contest. Mensa gonna throw again, running back out of the backfield. This time it's taken by Tyan Milton, and he's able to get a stop in the backfield. Lots of hurry up now for the Blue Devils. They're going to get back on the ball and try and go quick. Mensa throws quick to Andrell Anthony, and now the Roadrunners get an untimely injury. That is going to stop the clock for the Blue Devils after the 8-yard passing play. Anthony with 5 catches, 88 yards, and 2 touchdowns in this game. Mensa looking to go once again here for the Blue Devils on 3rd and 2. He's going to fire it up deep. That one incomplete. big fourth down. If UTSA can get the ball back here, they effectively end this one, barring any more injuries. It's a long 2 for the conversion. 1:29 left to go in this one. Option play. He's taken down in the backfield. Brandon Tucker. Quiet on the pass rush front, but man, that was a huge play when they needed it most. Turnover on downs. Roadrunners back with the football. Handoff goes to Henry Jr. Morris for Duke is going to go down again. That will stop the clock. Maybe they should just start taking kneels. That is not the way that Merritt wants to win this one. He wants to run his offense. Henry Jr. gets the handoff here. And now Chandler Rivers, number 0, is going to be down for Duke. Stops the clock with 58 seconds, and now 3rd down and 5. They're going to kneel on this one. Everybody's all out of sorts with the injuries. Maybe they're going to give Chambers a shot at a field goal. The punter by trade. He is a senior, so maybe it's the last hurrah. He's going to wait for the clock to run down on this one, but he has not been a successful kicker. That is one area of improvement that we're hoping to see the Roadrunners make if they want to continue the success that they've had in this magical season. Chambers puts up the long field goal attempt, and it's going to fall well short just at the back of the end zone. And Duke is going to have the ball back. Under a minute left to play, so not really worried about giving up points and blowing a lead here unless everything goes wrong in all kinds of ways. Quick pass going to the left side here from Mensa. Duke is going to have to get back on the football as that tackle was made inbounds. Disappointing kind of a ending for your offense that has been so good in this one. 4 total touchdowns from the offense, 1 from special teams. But man, that one kind of sucks. The injuries really took the wind out of our sails. Almost intercepted, but that pass will fall incomplete. 4th down and 8 upcoming with 9 seconds left to go in this national championship. 9 seconds, and the Roadrunners will have their first national championship in program history. Deep pass once again. That one looks like it's going to be too long and out of bounds. The defense does it again. The final play of this national championship. Henry Jr., the workhorse, the guard dog in cleats, will carry the ball for the last time in navy and orange. And your UT San Antonio Roadrunners are national champions in 2026. They're storming the field from the sidelines. Nobody thought this was a possibility, yet here we are and here we stand. Give Duke and Coach Manny Diaz a whole lot of credit. Nobody else has even been able to come close to staying with this team, but man, it felt like a season of destiny. It felt like they had the right coach in place. Who knows what this team is going to look like? We'll get back at it with more content on feotbpod.org. Make sure you check out the Far End of the Bench podcast. We appreciate them hosting us for this entire season. For myself, Frankie the Horn Calderon, and everybody involved here at the Far End of the Bench Productions, the Rise of the Roadrunners series, episode 17, season 1 finale. Your Roadrunners, national champions by a score of 35-24, and nothing is sweeter than the taste of victory. We're going to let these highlights play you out, and then you are going to be sent back to the studio with Jimmy Pilato to close out the first season of this series. Thank you very much. We will see you next season.
They did it. They actually did it. The UTSA Roadrunners, your national champions. The 12 seed, the undefeated underdogs, the team that refused to blink. 16-0 becomes 17 and perfect. And tonight, they make history. Behind a near perfect performance from Owen McCown, just 2 incompletions all night, and another dominant showing from Robert Henry Jr., who found the end zone 3 times, this Roadrunner offense answered every single punch Duke threw, and when it mattered most, the defense stood tall. They made the stops. They made the plays. They closed it out 35-24, and they bring home the first national title in program history. This is why we built the series, to tell stories like this one, to bring college football dreams to life, and to give you, the fans, something to believe in week after week. From week 1 to the championship stage, it's been an incredible ride. Thank you to everyone who's watched, liked, commented, shared, and joined this journey with us. You made season 1 something special. But don't go anywhere, because the offseason's coming, and with it, new storylines, new recruits, new rivalries, and maybe even a few surprises. Make sure you're subscribed and following so you don't miss the next chapter, because if season 1 was about rising, season 2, that's about building a dynasty. I'm Jimmy Pilato, and this has been the Rise of the Roadrunners, UTSA National Champions, 17-0. We will see you next season.
If you don't stay down and you never quit, come on over here and sit on the far end of the bench.